Hey, what's up?
What is up? Well,
Surprise!
if
Here we
Kathy,
are.
if Kathy and Mark from Cinemando are here, what's up is either movie reviews or movie
Yes.
trailers, and this is a
Yeah.
movie review,
Movie
which is
reviews.
cool.
We did a trailer reaction to this, and it just had a really cool vibe. So I wanted to definitely watch the whole movie, and it just came out, and so we watched it.
Yeah, it's on Hulu here in the U.S. It's called
Yes,
Mukundan Unni Associates,
that's
and
right.
we did a trailer reaction for it, and it had that sort of like black comedy vibe that
Very. Yeah.
and Kathy made she said it kind of reminded her of Better Call Saul.
Hmm.
And when I was watching this, that's all I could think about was
Totally.
this was an Indian version of Better Call Saul.
It's
And
like a really smart guy who is in a big hurry to be successful, so he
right.
does underhanded, illegal, terrible things to try and get bigger, faster, richer, faster. All he cared about was making money, but he wanted to be a successful lawyer. But he was in too big a hurry and he wasn't great. And so he's basically an ambulance chaser when the movie starts. He literally sits next to the emergency room waiting for an ambulance to come in.
Right. And he's played by Vineeth Sreenivasan, and he's really good in this as this guy. It starts like he's just not a successful lawyer. He's
He's
just not.
not.
It's not making it. And there's
Definitely not.
trouble at home. And his wife was in an accident or something. So
There's cobras on the loose in his house. It was not good.
so he's an ambulance chaser, but there are ambulance chasers and there is ambulance chasers, and he's there waiting for to get in and get these medical claims
Anything
and
he can
try to get
do.
money. Yeah,
And it's
and
all about the claims. Like he wants the claims. He doesn't want just the insurance because if the family gets the insurance, they're less likely to sue for more money. So he doesn't want them to think that's their only avenue. So he really advocates to sue whatever they can do to get extra money. And
and
no matter what the thing is,
massage the truth to make it easier
definitely
for
massaging the truth.
massaging the truth to make it like easier for them to get a settlement, and of course he gets a
Yep,
big chunk of that, versus just getting some little fee. So,
exactly.
but and there are a lot of ambulance chaser lawyers out there. But then,
Oh,
how
yeah.
far do you go past? Do you go into the world of illegal? How far do you go into that? And some
Exactly.
maybe to just sort of ride that line, toe the line, and some people go way over.
Way. Oh, goodness, bird.
I'm sorry, my little bird
But
hoot.
I also think it's one of those things of like, how far would you go? Because he goes incrementally at first. And also,
Right.
I just want to also bring up this movie overall has a really original, what do you say, lively, very punchy editing, and a great credit sequence with some really funny voiceover where he's kind of
Right.
explaining everything. And I loved the very opening scene where and he has this deadpan face, but his internal dialogue is so full of rage and
Yeah.
superiority. And so as he's got this kind of bland look on his face, his voiceover is like, "Rah," so he's explaining the whole process of how it all works. So good. I mean, I
Yeah.
just love that opening scene. Was great, and the credits were great.
Captured inner turmoil. Like you look at a guy who has this placid, sort of plain looking vibe,
Mhm.
but all the machinations going on. Like, why am I failing? This is just impossible. I
Yeah,
can't
he's
do
like,
this.
I can't fail. I'm too good. I'm
Right.
just gonna have to just move it along a little faster, just till people recognize my brilliance. And so he kind of is basically his justification for when a guy is passed out in the ambulance. He actually has the guy put a fingerprint, which is like signing his document and securing him as his lawyer. And the guy wasn't even conscious. So
I
then
know.
everybody's like, when did he do this? So it was,
And
yeah.
it's interesting to follow a lead character that
Mhm.
is so devious, And it's one thing, like I said, to kind of do that kind of stuff. It's
Yes.
another thing to go to the next level, which he does, where
Just keeps
people's
going.
lives are in peril and people die because of his actions,
Yes.
And without getting into what happens, it's just like way over the line, and you're like, it's like
We can get a
shocking.
little into
Sure,
spoiler
sure,
review
sure.
because it's rude, but I think his nemesis at the beginning is the one who's a legit lawyer, but still kind of a little shady because there are
Well,
ambulance chasers,
yeah, his
and
name was
he's successful and polished. He's like
right. He
he's
goes,
got it
here's
going
how
on.
here we can do this together, and we can sort of help each other out. Like his name was Advocate Vanu, I think, or Vanu
Was
or
that
something.
was that Suraj Venjaramoodu.
Yes,
Okay.
Suraj
And
Venjaramoodu. Yeah,
he's the first guy, and then there's another guy comes in later who's kind of his like he basically realizes that this is going to keep happening. It's going to be someone slicker than him, more handsome than him. There's going to be that guy coming in to try and take away his success. So he was on a mission, no matter what it took to do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So, but I enjoy. I also there was some really fun stuff. Well, fun stuff. There's there's some great scenes where I think just getting inside of that business in general. So someone has an accident. It's a terrible accident. In fact, he causes some of the accidents. That's just what it comes down to.
I know.
And then I know it's like, well, I need to drum up some business. I'll just cause someone to have a car wreck. It's like terrible. So I love the idea of like how he manipulates the family, how he's always there. He's always wearing pure white. Like he's just
Right.
all in white.
Right.
And so he's following the families around, trying to convince them, like, oh, don't let him get away with it. You can make all this money. Trying to convince them into it, and they're all like, and some people are watching him, going, dude, they're family members over there dying. What are you doing? Like, I like that you had that reaction because we're looking at going, are we supposed to not be noticing how terrible he is? But yeah, we are.
We are.
And he starts manipulating all the people to call him when the ambulance is coming. So this whole process of gathering his cohorts around him as he goes, trying to make all this illegal stuff happen. And
yeah. No, I agree with you because I'm like, this character is like so bad. Like in real life, you're like, this guy, you would just want to, throw him in front of a train. He deserved that, But you just follow him, and he goes deeper and deeper. It's one of those movies, deeper and deeper into this craziness where, like, he kills that, causes that accident, and everything else that happens.
Granted, he did. Well, he did cause the accident. I was thinking at first he didn't really want to kill the guy, but he did put a cobra in his car.
He put a cobra in his car.
If you're going to die from the cobra, or what happened, have a terrible fatal accident. It's like, oh my God.
If I see a cobra in my car, all of a sudden what's in front of me doesn't matter. What's next to me matters. Yeah.
I know. And your first inclination, I got to run away. You probably hit the accelerator, and then you drive off the road and you die terribly.
Yeah. So, and then the later stuff, it's just like, I enjoy it, but you sort of like go, boy, this is really this is over the edge. And movies like that are really kind of challenging in a good way. They're sort of shocking. They're out of your zone. You're not following a virtuous, good person. You're following a guy that is not good and causing all kinds of trouble and problems for people that are innocent.
And that is how I think the Better Call Saul part comes in, because they're asking you to see through the lens of this character who's corrupt and terrible and narcissistic. And then you're supposed to kind of be on board for a little bit of it because he's charming in a sort of skeevy way. So he's sort of the anti-hero. So not that there's anyone, it was hard to relate to anyone in this movie, but so we're supposed to be in line with him. He's in every scene. We're seeing everything through his eyes in a way. Once in a while, we see a reaction from someone around him. So that's a really tricky balancing act because, like Better Call Saul, like we keep seeing this super flawed character making all these terrible decisions, but we were still fully in Saul Goodman's camp, no matter what he did, even though we were like, ouch, dude, what are you doing? Like, that's not a smart move. Yeah, right. But in this instance, it's sort of the same gambit you're playing, where it's like, I'm going to hope people are along for the ride and sympathize somehow or relate, even if they disapprove to this character, which thank God is such a great actor. Because otherwise, I don't know if you would, because I was sort of, my main problem was a little bit with the writing is I feel like they didn't evolve. I feel like it was a very linear narrative. I kept hoping because it was so stylized and they had this voiceover, this constant voiceover, which was hilarious most of the time. I was just hoping they were going to evolve it into something a little bit more than the eventual rise of the character. I just wanted to some sort of inversion. Like I thought it happened with the bus crash where we thought he died and had that great animation. Right. Oh, this is amazing. And then it was just kind of a fake out. But I loved how it started. I was waiting for it to pay off. It didn't exactly pay off, but it was a super entertaining thing to watch. Just him do his thing, I guess. Yeah,
the arc of the character was he didn't have that sort of switch or that thing where some movies do that. But I think that's just who he is from the get-go. And his sort of virtuous, all white, hey, I'm here to help this family in distress.
Exactly.
And so and families who are in distress look to somebody to help them. Like, my God, hey, this horrible thing happened, but this lawyer will help get us some money and
Yeah.
sort of ease the pain a little bit. And so
Right.
you have that sort of, that's what he's giving these clients or these people. And you're supposed to say, okay, well, he's doing something good for them. But of course he's
Right.
not. He's doing it
He's
for
not.
himself.
He's not doing anything good for them. In fact, he's probably making it almost worse. I mean, yeah, they might get some money, but it's not going to make any of their pain go away, like he kind of seems to kind of promise in a way. But
Yeah.
I guess because I feel like there wasn't a comeuppance, there was no, like, the minute people were on to him and things were happening and it got very like intense, like, oh my God, he's finally going to get caught, and then it just
Yeah.
wouldn't. And then I was thinking, it would be cool if there was sort of a double twist of like he gets caught, but then it pays off somehow. But it sort of didn't. It just kind of went right to the solution where he is kind of successful, but he's still being skeevy. And
Right.
it's almost like
Yeah.
he's never going to be satisfied.
Right.
He's never going to be enough. He has this empty hole he just keeps trying to fill where he's like, I want more. And then even at the end where he's sort of successful, you see him still running the gamut, Maybe that was the point.
I think the point is
never,
like maybe in real life there isn't that double switch, that double sort of reverse where it feels satisfying in a movie, but in real life you're just going to be kind of a skeevy guy the rest of your life.
You're going to be a skeevy guy.
Yeah, you're just going to sort of do that, and maybe somewhere down the road something happens and you get caught, but maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe you do just get away with it. I mean.
I agree though. As far as a movie goes, that would have been more of a satisfying way to end it. It's just sort of kept going and then it was over.
Yeah.
But I think
Very
overall, I think everything about it, the energetic editing, the acting, just the sort of the down and dirtiness of of something that you don't see that often. Like, wow, this guy's a real schmuck,
Right.
and that was kind of cool to see, I guess.
It was.
In some ways,
Yeah, it was I thought it was a very confident film, and again, I loved how some of the stuff was like a keynote presentation where he's explaining things. It was really funny. Graphics wise, the graphics are really good. The animation scene was really funny. So there's a lot going on in this movie, and it's very fun and fast. It goes fast.
I was going to say it's a little over 2 hours, but it zips by. It's one of those quick movies that very accessible to Western audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Something you can watch on Hulu and totally get into the black comedy dark vibe of it, and finds a lot of enjoyment in it.
And I had some moments where I'm like, whoa, like I actually went whoa out loud, like I'm watching like like what just happened, like so there are some real good shockers in it too that are fun, but overall I like the movie. I wanted a little bit more, like I said, a little bit more sophisticated, rise or fall, like a little bit, but it was still, it did what it wanted to do. We had an anti-hero who actually succeeding, and all his terrible actions pay off, but at the same time that suspense of what's going to happen really worked for me. So I liked it. I thought it was really fun.
I liked it too. I think your point about the ending maybe being a little bit more satisfying would have been good, and I didn't feel that, but when I think back on it, that sort of makes sense. But overall, I just thought the character was interesting, and
character was great.
For 2 hours, it was something different that I enjoyed. So it's something worth checking out, worth seeking out. And just by the way, Hulu, if you have Hulu, go to the Hotstar, hub, and there are like 1,000 movies.
So many.
I mean, it's like insane. Like I'm like, my
somebody
God,
I've been hearing about, and I go, oh, there it is. I mean, I can watch it. I have no idea.
And also because we're watching,
my reach.
and Netflix now, when it comes up, it's Fauda or brand new Indian movies there. So if anybody's interested who doesn't watch a lot of Indian films, maybe watched RRR and Brahmastra or something like that. Mm-hmm. There are not tens or 20s, there are hundreds.
So many
options to watch. Good ones, and TV shows and all kinds of other things. So you don't have to get a Z5 necessarily streaming service. You just watch Hulu.
So. I have everything. I pay so much money streaming. That's what I do.
But Hulu and Netflix and even Amazon will keep you sated for a long time if you want to get into Indian cinema. So there's a lot of interesting, and it can be in all the different languages. Of course, it's also watch it in English subtitles or whatever, or English dubbed. So it's all there for you, easy access.
Go for it.
Yeah. All right.
We weren't paid to do that ad either. That was all just Mark going off.
I'm just saying that, sorry. I'm just saying that if you think Indian movies are hard to find, they're not.
They're not.
They're
Enjoy
not.
them.
And
Come on in.
I
Enjoy.
was I
Yes, and you'll
was
be
on a
amazed what's out there.
I was on a flight and there were like 50 Indian movies on my
I love it.
options
And
on
you
the
knew all the
seats.
people then now. You can watch them and go, I know that actor,
I
I know
know
that
that.
director, I know
It
what's
all
going
kind
on.
of started with Cinemando. I feel that once we came in and started, are you? Do you agree, Kathy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, just
Definitely. You'll know.
duly noted to everybody out there that
I
it's
had no
us.
idea. If it hadn't been for the commenters and see we listen and pay attention, if it hadn't been for them suggesting these movies, we would never have discovered Indian film, I don't think, because America maybe by the time RR is nominated for Oscars, which it was today. Hello, congratulations, RR, for best song, nomination.
Yes.
We may have picked up on it then, but it has been such a great education for people telling us what to watch, what is good. I mean, so many people helping us, curate now, and this is awesome. Thank you, Ken. Thank
So,
you, Naj. Thank you, yeah, so many people.
so many, and PM Modi way back when, like over a year ago. So it's just like thank you, because I think those commenters gave
John
us
Wick.
John Wick gave us this 1 year head start. So
Yeah. So it's been
you.
awesome. So thank you so much for helping us out, because this has been an amazing journey so far, and I'm still looking forward to more.
If they keep coming, we're going to see Pathan soon at the theater, so that's going to be
Stay
exciting.
tuned.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thanks for
right.
watching. Take care. Bye.